What's going on, everybody? James here, adoptionagency.com, 22 years selling full-time on eBay, and welcome to, hey, James is going to sell you some crap video. Yeah. All right. I'm just going to take pictures and show you guys what I'm listing into my eBay store. So if you want any of this, by the time you're watching this video, it should be live in my store. So go check them out and purchase something or two or three or four or five. First up, we got this Beck's hat. Beck's. I believe that is an alcohol beverage, I do believe. But, you know, you can pretend it's something else if you wish. You could be like, yeah, you know that artist Beck? Yeah, I like Beck. I got all of Beck's albums. See? It could have more than one meaning, right? Yeah. That's the ticket. Get creative. Why not? It's a free world. Well, for most. Create your own meanings. Create your own desires. Create your own rules. Next up, we got a Kansas City Royals cap. This was a stadium giveaway. So if you like that, that'll be in my eBay store. We are probably going to have to wrestle with eBay today. It looks like they're going to be having problems, being my pictures are not uploading. So this may take a minute. Oh, we finally got it. Got one anyway. Normally it gets stuck on one when it does get stuck. So let's see if it's going to be a pain today to work with, or if we're going to get this stuff listed in a nice, quick manner, if you will. I got some free Spotify music, free royalty-free music playing in the background. If you're looking for royalty-free music to play in your videos, this is Harris Heller. From what I understand, he's a Twitch gamer, and he created the music so people could use it in the backgrounds of their videos. So that's what this is. Next up, we've got another Kansas City Royals cap. This one's a youth size, though. So if you got children and you like the Royals, you can buy yourself one and buy your child one. Because why not? Because, here we go again, they should have been uploaded by now. Because you don't want to neglect your children, right? I mean, buy your child a hat. Do not neglect your children. If you neglect your children, you know what they're going to wind up doing? They're going to wind up like running into a Nordstrom's and just grabbing all the hats they want and taking them and running out. Why? Because you can get away with that nowadays. So you don't want your child turning into a hoodlum. So support your child. If they want a Kansas City Royals cap, come to my store and buy it for them. And if their name is Evan, you got a bonus. But see, you could rewrite that too. If their name was like something else, you could kind of manipulate it. Yeah. Make your own rules. You're unique, right? Stand out. Don't fall into the crowd. Be your own self. Next up, we've got the Michigan State Spartans on the new era. So a nice cap there. If you're a fan of, still waiting, fan of Spartans. Now, I'm not saying they made a movie about this, or this was an influence of a movie, but you could pretend it was. The Spartans, what is that, 300? No, you know, I'm not saying they're affiliated, but you know, you can pretend, live in, you know, create your own make-believe world and do whatever you want. Doesn't matter what others are doing. Make yourself happy. Why? Because you work hard. You deserve to be happy. You work hard, you play hard, you spend hard. Hard-earned cash, that is. We've got a NASA, another youth hat, another kiddie hat. Looked like it was made for costume. Like if your kid wanted to dress up, what would he wear a NASA hat for? An astronaut would be wearing an astronaut outfit, not a NASA hat. What would you dress up as in a NASA hat at? You could dress up as a nerd, wear the NASA hat. You could wear one of those cat t-shirts that have like space in the background where they're riding a taco or something, and put on a NASA hat. That'd be a nice blend with those shirts, those kitty cat space shirts. Nice NASA hat to top it off. It's all about the details and seeing if people can catch on to those details. That sounds like something I would do. If I had a spacey type shirt with a cat riding a taco, which I think I do, I would wear a NASA hat with it. Because I'm sure some country around the world has put a cat into space. They've put dogs into space, monkeys into space. I'm sure there's been cats also. We got SWHW. Another make-believe hat. You can make that believe, be that whatever you want it to be. Let me think. I'm drawing a blank right now. We could do some whore ho wrecked. Like if you have an ex you don't like and you refer to her as a whore, and she wrecked her car recently, you could buy this hat for her. Some whore ho wrecked. Perfect fit. And see, here's the thing. I would know what that means. You would know what that means, but she wouldn't. And she would wear this hat. And every time you see her, you can laugh. Gotta love those inside jokes. That's between me and you now. So go buy that hat. Give it to your ex-whore who just wrecked her car. Or him. It could go either way. I'm just talking from experience, that's all. But it can go either way. I don't have no exes who are whores that were males, so, but I'm pretty sure they exist. Next up, we got Tommy Armour golf hat. Tommy gun on the back. These usually sell pretty quick, so if you're looking for this hat, better get in there pretty quick to buy it if it's not already gone by the time you see this video. Classic golf hat. Don't expect it hanging around too long. And you got plenty of pictures to look at it. Next up, we've got this HCG high caliber graphics. So it looks like it's a graphic company. You could dress up as a graphic designer for Halloween, and that's your make-believe company you work for. Why not? You could wear that hat and say you worked there in the past when you're lying, to that significant other you just met, and you're on your second date, and you're telling her all these lies and stuff. Of course, they're white lies, the typical, yeah, I'm not crazy type of things, Why not throw in, hey, I'm a graphic designer also. I mean, if you're going to say one lie, you might as well, pile them up. Next up, we've got Penske Racing Shocks. So if you're a race fan, see, this is not your typical race apparel. This is for the die-hard race fans. When somebody's wearing a NASCAR hat these days, chances are they probably don't even like NASCAR, right? They're just wearing it because it's bright, it's colorful, it's the hip thing to do. Well, you wear something like this, Penske Racing Shocks, this is credibility. This is credibility that you are a racing fan, because only other real racing fans are going to know what you're sporting right here. So, perfect to show you're a legit race fan. Next up, we got Rusty Drewing, which looks like to be a Toyota dealership. If you're going to go buy this hat, Toyota will not be in the listing because I don't want to get popped by eBay or by Toyota, I should say. Just in case they don't like that, being it's not their official release, but it's probably an authorized dealer, so technically it should be good to go. But Rusty Drewing, The thing I love about putting up dealership hats is, and I've had it happen various times in the past, where somebody will email me and say, this was my grandfather's dealership and it's since closed and I'm buying the hat for the memory. So that's happened, I believe it's 3, I want to say 4, but at least 3 different occasions. So we got the I Love Jesus cap, Matthew 16:19. Nice little 3D effect going on there with the key thing. So if you are a religious person and love that Bible stuff to get you through your days, why not spread the joy, spread the positivity of your happiness? And here we go again, waiting for the eBay to load. And let me put it on sell just in case it's my network, but usually it's not. Usually it ends up running about the same on the network as it does my internet connection in the house, my Wi-Fi, if you will. Let me flip this down a little on the volume side there. Now we are finally up. All right, I Love Jesus, Matthew 16:19. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. And you know, Christmas is coming up too. And with the economy the way it is, you can buy name brand stuff secondhand and get it a lot cheaper than it would have cost brand new. And this hat looks brand new. This Huff brand, which is kind of a hip, you know, up-to-date brand. It looks like it's never been worn. But here we go. Nice fall colors also. I would leave the hairs on it for free, but I'm not that nice of a person, so I'm going to take them off for you, because I'd have to charge you extra for the hairs, and that's just not something I want to do. I want you to get a good deal on it, so I'm taking the hairs off so I don't have to upcharge you. So I hope you understand. I'm just looking out for you and your wallet, your pocketbook, because I want you to, you know, feel like you can go into my store and buy 2 hats if you want. I don't want you to feel overpriced with just one, because you may have 2 people in your life that you love and you want to buy a nice hat for. Because nothing says I love you like a nice pre-owned hat. Because let me tell you, it's not about what the item is. It's about the thought. It's about the emotion you put into this hat. Say you had a shirt that looked like this and you bought this hat for your best friend because it reminded you of a shirt you had when you were young. And every time you see it, you've got those young throwback feelings of that childhood friend you grew up with that you bought the hat for. That's a special moment. That's much more powerful than a $50 hat. That's got power behind it. That's got love behind it. It's got passion. Next up, we got Missouri Tigers, a youth hat, kids hat, Nike hat, with the little distress touches on the bill that were probably put there by the manufacturer, because distressed is it's a hot commodity right now. Distressed is. That's why I don't clean my hats. There's a huge market out there for the stained up hats. So I sell them stained up. If somebody wants to get the stains out themselves, they may do that. But the stains on a hat is the patina of the clothing world. I love a nice stained hat. It gives it character. It means it's been somewhere. We got a little Czech Republic hat. See, I'm not just, you know, I'm not one of those Americans who discriminate against other countries and places and what have you. No. I sell worldwide, and I sell worldwide items. Some would say that I'm a worldly type of reseller. Not that I've traveled the world, but my items that I have sold have traveled the world. I've sold items to every corner, every country that I know of. I think I've hit almost, of course not like, you know, North Korea or nothing like that, because that dude's just crazy. But hopefully one day before I die, the citizens of North Korea will understand and get to see what freedom looks like and be a part of the world and not stuck in their own world that they tried to escape. And then they're, you know, brutally killed if they do. If I was president, that would be the first thing I'd be trying to do, is free the people of North Korea, because it's about damn time them families get some relief, in my opinion. So buy a Czech Republic hat to support my belief that North Korea needs to be free. Next up, we got another golf hat. If you, these were like giveaways by USGA. Ain't that like an old people's thing, USGA member? But you don't have to be old, because you can just be a golf fan and collect giveaway golf hats. And I've got plenty of these styles of these different years of the US Open in the different locations in my store. So whatever year you're looking for, if you went to a certain year, there's a chance that I got it in my store. You can add that to your collection, and that's a story piece. I like wearing items that have a story to them. I love items that mean something to me one way or another. To give you an example, my shirt here, Antique Archaeology. Yes, I enjoy watching the show because I can pick up things and that I can resell, but like this shirt, the first time I visited the Antique Archaeology store in Nashville, I bought this shirt. We got a nice Cardinal snapback. I wanted to buy a shirt to support, you know, show support, but I'm a reseller also. So I want a shirt, but I don't want to pay for it. But I will pay for it to support. And what I mean by that is I had to scour the store over to find something I could buy to resell online to make my money back and to pay for the shirt. So I basically got the shirt for free. So I bought a Green Lantern vintage pin, still in the package, for $20. The shirt cost me $20, so I spent $40 there. But I ended up selling that pin, I believe, for $60 or $70 online. So I not only got my money back, I probably paid for my meal that day also. So thank you to Mike at Antique Archaeology for pricing that pin at $20. So I was able to spend $40 with you. And get a free meal that day. All right, next up. I have no idea what that logo is, but it's a pretty artistic logo. So if you're like, believe in like the third eye, if you will, the mind's eye maybe, I don't know, a specific art style. If you just like to be eclectic, this could be your hat. Most people, when looking at this hat, would be not understanding it. Like, what is this? But you know what? You know, because you're wearing it. Still waiting on the pictures here. Let me put it back on my Wi-Fi, since that was clearly not the problem. So yes, a nice little, if you do have an eye in the middle of your hand, perfect hat for you. If you don't have an eye in the middle of your hand, you can draw one there, and then buy the hat. So the title is Unknown Hand Eye Logo. So if you're looking for this in my store, that's what it's going to be under. So, you know, if you're looking for that change in life, you're just looking for that, you're just looking for something different, start drawing an eye on the middle of your hand and wear this hat. You will make people question, what the hell is this boy doing? What the hell is this girl doing? But you know what? You're your own you. You are free. Let them wonder. Could be a great conversation piece if you like to talk. Goshen Country 2-shot in 2017. And they look like the ducks. So it looks like somebody went duck hunting and got 2 ducks. So if you went duck hunting in 2017 and you shot a couple of ducks. I hope you did eat them so it wasn't a waste. I'd hate to see animals go to waste that are brutally killed with a shotgun. So hopefully it filled your tummy, because, you know, unfortunately that is how life on this planet is made, by eating each other. Who created that and why, I have no idea, but wow. Do you ever think about that? Hey, I'm going to create this world. How are they going to survive? Well, they're going to eat each other. Yes, we're gonna create tigers that can eat puppies. We're gonna, you know, it's crazy when you think about it. But the cool thing is, well, what are you gonna do to help the poor victim out? Well, we're gonna give them some special power that may help them. Like, you ever notice all the poisonous frogs and like the poisonous snakes are all brightly colored? And the ones who aren't can camouflage themselves really well. This has got some staples in it, so I'm not going to put that one up. I'm just going to throw this in the giveaway because it looks like it's been kind of MacGyvered together, so I'm not going to sell that one. Even I do have some standards. Very low standards, but at least some standards. So let me go in and find that hat so I can delete that. I guess I didn't type in there. It was. Just didn't wait long enough, James. It's all about patience. You gotta have patience when using eBay, because some stuff will take forever. Just like in life, you gotta have patience. Just like when watching this video, patience. It'll be over soon. I still got a nice little stack of hats going here. Next up, DUR. Now, I'm not sure what that stands for other than DUR. You know, kind of like a dull. Duh, kind of like a Homer Simpson. DUR. So, if you're the type of person who walks around and just states facts all day, this could be the perfect hat for you. Like, DUR. Like, I'm awesome. DUR. You could. I just sold a shirt that said "effing awesome" on it. That could have been your shirt with this hat. Effing awesome. DUR. Perfect fit. It's all about the secret language you create that only you and I know about. That's what we're doing here. We're connecting on another level. We are connecting on inside joke level. And you know that's a special place. Inside jokes are a special commodity to the world. Next up, we got this nice vintage railroad division. SACHS, Saks Railroad Division. So a nice little authentic actual engineer hat with a train brand on it. I might have to I wonder what I put this up for, because I might need to raise the price on this, because James here, he loves a good train. No, I'm not going to change the price. I don't know, what did I put it up for? What did I put it for? $17.99? That's a pretty damn good price. You might want to go buy this hat. This is a nice vintage piece here. I probably should have put it up for like $25, but I'm going to leave it at $18. You're going to get one hell of a deal here. You might be able to resell this hat for $29 if you're a reseller. I don't know. I'm not saying it will. I'm just saying you probably maybe kind of could. I'm just saying, but who would want to sell a hat like that other than a reseller? Nice train collector is going to want that hat. So if you're a nice little train collector, perfect hat for you. Or even if you just like watching the trains. When you come up, if you're the type of person who comes up on a train stop and you're like, I hope there's a train, I hope there's a train, I hope there's a train, that hat's for you. The course is at Forest Park. This is a St. Louis golfing style hat. But you don't have to be, live in St. Louis to want this hat. Maybe you used to live in St. Louis. I get a lot of people buy St. Louis branded styled stuff outside of St. Louis. Actually, probably the majority of my St. Louis stuff leaves St. Louis. What's great is when they go overseas. Like I've got this one customer who comes in and he'll buy like 40 hats at one time. And he'll buy a lot of local stuff that I know they don't know about overseas, but he'll buy them all. I'm like, yes, I love you. Not in a guy-to-guy way, but in a, you know, seller-to-buyer way, because I show love like that. I'm not afraid to love a consumer being a seller. Hurley, a nice Hurley hat. Hurley hats used to sell quick for me. I think I've got a few in my store right now, and now we're adding this one to it. Hurley shirts sell pretty quick for me also. But hey, I might have a Hurley shirt in my store right now too. So if you're looking for a pretty Hurley outfit, check my store, redoptionagency.com. And my link's going to be below every video. So makes it nice and quick and easy for you to jump in there and find the item you're looking for. 52,000 items to be exact. A little over, of course. Another St. Louis Cardinals baseball. Usually in my top 5 every week of sales is Cardinals baseball hats. I may be the biggest pre-owned Cardinal hat seller on eBay. I know I was the biggest pre-owned hat seller. So I may have mixed this one up. I did with the earlier one. I put the earlier one on the wrong listing because they both have the date on them, and I was talking and not paying that close of attention. So we're gonna have to redo that hat after I knock this one out. But let's select all these and whoops, select all, delete. There we go. Wasn't too hard, James, was it? Be smarter than the phone. You can do it, James. I have faith in you. Oh, my pictures are delaying, so I'm wondering if my app's getting ready to crash. The eBay app crashes on me about every 15 to 20 items that I take pictures of. So after this loads, since I felt that delay, I am going to go ahead and reload this app up if it don't crash on this one. Usually crashes after the first picture if it's going to crash. But you can see what I have to deal with every day with eBay. It gets kind of painful if you don't have patience, but I have so much patience you would think I'm a doctor by now. But look at this. I mean, this is just redonkulous, don't you think? Billion-dollar company should have a faster uploading app than that. All right. So that one is done. This app is starting to run really slow all around. So let me go ahead and close everything on this phone. Good Lord, what is all that stuff? I don't think there was any naughty stuff on there. Of course not, James. You're a wholesome through and through guy. All right, next up, we're gonna put this Cardinal hat back in the right spot where it belongs. Because we don't want nobody buying the wrong item than what I described it as. Because that's not who I am. I stand behind all my items with free returns. If you don't like it, don't want it for any reason, return it for free. Within the US, of course. So, Cardinals may not be making the playoffs, but Cardinals is probably one of the top 5 biggest teams nationally when it comes to fan base. Maybe in the top 3 compared with, say, the Yankees and the Red Sox. Cardinals are number 2. If not number 3, they're number 2. Next up, we got Fila brand, the shoe brand that feels left behind. Nike, doing their thing, been doing it for years. Adidas doing their thing. Was doing it with Kanye for a while, picking their stuff up. Reebok's always out there kind of, chugging along with their celebrity endorsements and such. And there's a huge fan base for Reebok shoes. Fila's like the little kid that could. Just constantly being left behind. At this point, I'm surprised Damon from Shark Tank hasn't bought Fila. Or does he already own Fila? I don't know. He may already own Fila and I don't even know it. It feels like a Damon brand to go along with his other brands that he has bought. Coochie, and then his brand. Why am I blanking on his brand? Now that's driving me crazy. I know his brand. I should know this stuff. Why is it not listing it here? Damon John. It shouldn't be this hard to find his main brand. Fubu. Duh. Duh. James, you know this. You're not making yourself look very good. Talking to these people trying to sell them something, you can't even think of the word Fubu. Maybe, you know, Fila feels like a Damon brand because it starts with the same letter and has the same amount of letters. That's why it feels like a Damon brand. But he does own a shoe company also. So. And it's an old shoe company. I just sold. See, now I'm going to black out on the shoe company also. Starts with an E. Etonic. Etonic Shoe Company. So we got a little scorpion here if you live in Arizona or even the Smoky Mountains. If you're staying in a cabin in the Smoky Mountains and you've had a scorpion come up through the drain and hang around in your bathtub, this could be the hat for you. What does that even say on the back? Diff Otar or something? I'm not sure, but you can just ignore that unless it means something to you. Make this your personal scorpion hat. You like Sting? Okay, this is not a Sting endorsed hat, but you could write Sting on it with a Sharpie marker. You know, you can MacGyver your own Sting hat if you don't feel like spending 40 bucks on one or whatever it costs. You're trying to save money, like I'm trying to save you money. We can work well together. And lastly, we've got Under Armour, which is usually a pretty quick seller, pretty quick mover for me in the hat world. Probably got a few in my store. So if you're looking for a nice pre-owned Under Armour hat, I've got you covered, pun intended. Thank you guys for shopping along with me today. So go buy a hat or two or three, and I'll see you in the next video. Later.